your attention. The 1920s were a grand time for some. People were in festive moods, and we see in Gatsby, women took more sexual liberties than before, wearing shorter skirts and drinking. In fact, in The Great Gatsby, we see quite a lot of drinking. Now this is all at Gatsby's in New York, but if we go on our magic carpets over to Chicago, we enter the evil realm of Al Capone. Al Capone was born in 1899 in Brooklyn, New York to an Italian immigrant family. When he was 14, he quit school and went to work in the gangs for Johnny Torrio. He moved to Chicago, and by 1929, Capone had risen to the top gangster in Chicago, and even in America. He was the head in organized crime. He ran bootlegging businesses, brothels, and criminal activity against other gangs, the most famous of this being the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. On February 19, 1929, Al Capone's gang, dressed in police uniforms, raided a bootlegging warehouse run by the rival gang. They lined up the 7 men against the wall, and then this act made Al Capone the most infamous gang leader in American history. In 1931, Al Capone was sentenced to 11 years in Alcatraz for tax evasion. However, he only served half of his sentence due to good behavior. And in 1943, he died on January 25th at the age of 48, with a net worth of $1.3 billion in today's money. The weapon that every stereotypical gangster would use was the Tommy gun.
A Tommy gun!
In 1898, John Thompson, a munitions officer in the Army in the Cuban War, came up with an idea for a fast-firing rifle to replace the traditional single-shot rifle. However, it was his dream to harness the power of a rapid-fire Gatling gun into a small handheld rifle. The Army would not fund his dream, so he did what every normal person would do. He left the Army. In 1915, John opened his own gun company, Auto Ordnance, and by 1918, the Thompson submachine gun was born. Weighing just 12 pounds fully loaded, this gun revolutionized the gun market. His machine gun was supposed to be a peacekeeping weapon initially, made for police to keep criminal activity to a minimum, but Thompson approached the authorities and tried to sell it to them, and they didn't buy it. It cost $220, which is $3,500 in today's money. The weapon was demonstrated to the public to try to generate sales, and by 1919, it was popular amongst the gangsters for its high rate of fire. It became an essential component to vehicular warfare and was a common hit-and-run weapon for gang violence. In the first murder with the submachine gun that took place in 1922, police thought that a gunfight had taken place over the course of many hours instead of just a few minutes. Every famous gangster had a Thompson submachine gun, and Al Capone pretty much became the face of the Tommy gun. John Thompson died on June 21, 1940, and he was recorded to have been very disappointed in how his gun was used.
Why did I waste my life making this video?